So those two guys were the catalyst for the offense. Proud of those guys. I thought they played great. And then finding a way to win at the end of the game. I guess it's those two things. Defensively, we were out of DBs. We weren't going to put guys back in the game that we had taken out. And we had linebackers covering tight ends and guys gassed out there covering guys man-to-man at the end. And our Darius Washington makes the last play, and other guys made plays. We had quarterback sacks down the stretch by guys. It just – and it was we were right – we were at the last guys. We weren't putting subs in there. Those guys were just playing the whole time. So proud of the way they did it, and now we move on. What questions you have?
Jamison Hensley.
Hey, John, you kind of touched on Isaiah Likely, and everyone kind of talks about how big of a surprise, he was being a fourth-round pick. I mean, how impressed have you been on, I know you always have high expectations, but how quickly he's come on?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be honest with you, I'd say it's exactly what we expected. I mean, he's sitting right here. It's not like he didn't expect to be a really good player, or we took him expecting him to be a really good player, and I think we feel that way about all our draft picks, and he's had some opportunities, made the most of them. I think he's a quiet guy. He asks good questions, and he just goes to work every day. He doesn't get flustered. He makes a mistake, he cleans it up. And, just proud of him. And he's got to keep building, though. He knows he's got work to do every single day to become the player he can be, and he'll do it. I know he will.
Speaking of your draft class, it seemed Kyle Hamilton had a nice play, a breakup.
Jeff Sareback?
I think a late touchdown by one of the running backs and things like that. I mean, it seems like all your rookies played pretty well tonight.
I think they did. We'll see the tape. It's a deep draft class. We had two first-round picks, second-round pick who's on IR right now, or a PUP, and then we had the third-round pick, defensive lineman who we like, and then we had, what, was it 5 or 6 fourth-round picks? I forget. Isaiah, do you know? 6. Okay. He knows. So, and then Tyler Beatty in the 6th round had a good game too. So, yeah, all those guys are doing a good job. Thanks for saying that. You guys over there? Jeff Strebeck?
John, I was going to ask you actually a question about your rookie class, but I guess you were just asked that there. Switching gears, do you have any update on Travis Jones, or is it still a little early for that?
It's a little early. He had kind of a hyperextension there, so I think he'll be out for a little while. He'll be out for the rest of the preseason as far as I'm concerned, and then we'll just see how it goes the rest of the way. He's had a good preseason, worked really hard, so got tangled up in a pile there. It happens sometimes, unfortunately, but it's not a serious injury. He's not going to keep him out. For a really extended period of time, for sure.
Charles Walker.
Yeah, hey John. Kind of piggybacking on the Travis Jones thing, it seemed like a lot of your younger defensive linemen had some really nice moments in this game, and we've seen that throughout training camp. A lot of those guys flashing. Did you feel like you saw that as well today?
I did. I thought they played well. I thought those guys were playing, just hard, and they were fighting in there. And, we don't have many of them. And you get in a game like that, and they had a lot of snaps in the fourth quarter, and, it's tough. You don't have any kind of rotation at all because you're not putting guys back in the game. But those guys really stepped up.
Cliff Brown?
Yeah, Pepe Williams had a pick tonight, and also Kyle Fuller. Your corner seemed like he played well. Talk a little bit about Pepe, and also Jordan Stout with some of the punts he had.
Yeah, just go backwards. Jordan Stout bombed a couple. We had one where I thought the gunner got held and tackled on the sideline, which didn't get called, and it didn't matter because he put it about 60 right out of bounds. So that was nice to see. He had a good game. And then Pepe, Pepe just does it every day. He does it in practice. He does it in games. He doesn't get flustered at all. Just cover 3. He's in the right spot on a bunch route, a little sit route right there, and he made the play. So that was great to see. And then Kyle played, and I think about a quarter or so in there and had the pick, and he's been nothing but what you expected, what you've seen his whole career, ever since he got here. He's doing great.
Ryan Mink.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about Snoop and his masterful performance tonight. Where have you really seen him take his next step in taking his game to another level in training camp and now in the preseason?
Yeah, that's a good question. It always gets asked, and you can't really say, I think, about any position, but especially quarterback. It's never one thing, right, Snoop? It's never one thing. It's everything. You got to improve across the board. I think the timing, the precision is continues to go in that trajectory that you want to see. We've seen that in both preseason games. The way he's operating the offense, communication has been really good. He's getting out and scrambling and making plays with his feet and keeping the defense honest that way. I really wanted him to get out of bounds there. He's laughing. I really, really, really wanted him to get out of bounds there, but he decides to take on 2 guys, and and goes ahead and gets the first down. So, you know how that goes. But he's a competitor. You know, he's a competitor, and that's what you just love. You love all the things about him, but probably that the most.
We'll close it out here with Jamison Hensley.
John, you know, a lot is being made about the preseason streak that you guys are on. It's 22 in a row. So when it's getting close towards the end of the game, does the preseason streak, does it ever enter your mind going, oh, wait a second?
I mean, I'm thinking about stuff. It's like stuff doesn't enter your mind. I mean, everything enters your mind, but you're just thinking about the situation and the circumstance. And, you know, it's, I'll tell you what, and hey, all good things come to an end. It's not the thing that we're thinking about the most by any stretch. I mean, guys are out there just trying to play ball. They're trying to compete like they do. They compete at everything. These guys compete at basketball, you know, in the pool. We had a volleyball game out here the other day. Saw these guys competing like crazy. They're going to compete at throwing crumpled up paper in the trash can. They're going to compete at that, and they want to find a way to win. That's what you love about it. But I think that what this so-called streak shows you is that over a lot of years, a lot of guys have found a way to come through at the end and win games like tonight, you know, and that's what you're kind of proud of. I think those guys look back on that in their careers, those guys who played in those games. Some of those guys had long NFL careers, some didn't, and it means something to them. So, you know, tonight will be just another story like all those other stories, but in the end, that's not what we're thinking about. We're thinking about playing football in the moment, and I thought the guys did a good job of that. All right, thanks, guys.